Transformational resilience and identity reconstruction, a new baseline. Most people do not think about identity until life forces them to. We move through life with a quiet assumption that we know who we are.
And that sense of certainty often comes from the roles we carry: being a parent, a partner, a professional, a provider, a leader. These roles give life structure. They shape how we see ourselves and how we show up in the world.
But those roles do not stay fixed forever. At certain points, they begin to change. And when they change, identity begins to shift with them. This is where identity reconstruction begins.
It begins when the version of you that once made sense no longer fully matches the life you are living now.
Life introduces transition points that reshape how we see ourselves. Sometimes those transitions come through difficult experiences: a breakup, a divorce, a custody situation, a job loss.
Financial setbacks, health challenges. These are moments where the structure of life changes and the identity we relied on no longer fits the reality we are living.
But identity reconstruction is not only triggered by hardship, sometimes it comes through growth. A promotion, learning new skills, improving physical health, developing stronger relationships, stepping into leadership roles. In these moments, the previous identity may simply no longer match who we are becoming.
Whether the change is difficult or positive, the process underneath it is very similar. Life introduces a transition, and the person adapts. And in this work, that process is described as transformational resilience, where we use the C2R2E framework to articulate this transformational process.
Collapse, confrontation, realignment, reclamation, elevation. Collapse means the previous way no longer works. Confrontation is where reality becomes clear. Realignment is where behavior, priorities, and systems begin to adjust. Reclamation is where people regain personal agency of their direction, and elevation happens when the new baseline becomes stable and functional. Identity reconstruction runs through every stage of this process. We aren't trying to return to who we were. Every experience changes us. Once a transition occurs, a new baseline begins to form. Before we close, here is a simple reflection exercise. Take a moment and think about 3 identities you currently hold in your life.
For example, you might identify as a parent, a professional, and a friend. Now ask yourself, which identity currently feels the most stable in your life? And which identity feels like it is evolving or changing right now?
What identity might be emerging that you have not fully recognized yet? Transitions often become clearer when we examine them through identity. Instead of focusing only on what changed, begin asking a different question.
Who am I becoming as I move forward from here?
And with that, if you found this helpful, you can subscribe or visit our website. The link will be in the description. Until next time, move forward with clarity.